All right, everybody, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Pick up the volume on the. All right, there you go. Perfect. All right, so welcome to this special episode. So today we're going to talk about alkalinity and the carbonate of the carbonate alkalinity and the pH or the hydroxide of the aquarium or the H3O. Hey, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. So, sorry, terrible intro today. So, anyways, let's get started. So today we're going to talk about carbonate and hydroxide in the aquarium. Hey, Mom Nasty, what's up, G? Today's gonna be kind of a science episode, or we're gonna do chemistry today. It might be a little bit different, but weird, but it'll make sense if for people that are in the hobby. But I'll try to educate everybody as best as I can. But anyways, we're gonna talk about chemistry right now. So right now I'm gonna pull up my phone real quick. All right, there you go. So I haven't used Flip a Clip in a while, but we're gonna go to Flip a Clip. All right, and shout outs to everybody that tunes in live. And like I said, what the fuck? Why is it taking forever? Don't tell me I have to update it. All right, good stuff. All right. So anyway, let's go to Flip a Clip and then I forgot how to add a background to this shit. Let's see.
Someone recently told me that my TikTok is too long, and that's why I'm not getting more.
All right, fuck Flip a Clip then. I might have to.
More followers. So.
Fuck, dude.
From now on.
How do I forgot how to put a picture in this. Dude. Oh, there you go. So like a background. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, good shit, good shit, good shit. Now remember. Obviously, guys, I haven't used this in a while. Okay, there you go. That's what I wanted to do. All right, perfect. All right, guys. So I guess this is the real intro to the lecture. So today we're going to talk about carbonate and how it relates to alkalinity in the solution. All right. And so first off is let me get the pin out real quick on the Flip a Clip. Make sure I'm on the right pin. Oh yeah, we're on the pin. All right, good shit. Let's see how thick it is though. Okay, good shit, good shit. All right, so today we're going to talk about carbonate and hydroxide in the system and how it relates to pH and all that bullshit. All right, so down here, you see right here, this is the pH scale. All right, I don't think it's labeled. Oh yeah, it is labeled down here. I just saw it where the plus is on the next box. So anyway, that's the pH scale. And right, okay, what's the next one? Moles per liter. Okay, so moles per liter, this is a concentration. So shit. Uh, 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 uh. Hold on. I can't even spell with this shit. Well, anyways, right there is a concentration, right? Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm just showing you guys how to read the map, okay? So this is a concentration, okay? As it increases as it goes up this way, it increases as it goes this way, okay? So that's the pH scale, okay? And then the other one's the concentration, okay? So I'm gonna erase that so we could learn how to read the map. I mean the map, the graph, okay? Okay, perfect. All right, so remember, pH is right here. Oh snap. pH, and then over here is a concentration. Okay, and then another thing is what's the blue? All right, let's read it from left to right. Okay, so the green right here, and the green right here. This is carbonic acid. Okay, it should be carbonic acid. If it's not, let me know. Okay. So the green on the scale right here, this is carbonic acid. And in this range, if you look over here, watch, let me do another flip a clip. So in this range, you see the carbonic acid in this range, as it increases, the carbonic acid is highly present over here. You see that? And then as it goes down towards natural sea level, or let me show you where the ocean is. So right here, this boundary line right here, this is where natural seawater is. Natural seawater, okay? So that's natural seawater at 8.3. Let's say 8.3. Fuck it. I know it's like 8.2 or some shit. But anyway, let's say 8.3, right? Let's say that's natural seawater. Okay? So on the graph, the green right here, this is the carbonic acid. It should be carbonic acid, H2CO3. I could look. We could double verify if you want, guys. But anyways, the carbonic acid. So at a lower pH, carbonic acid is highly present in the buffer system, or in the amount of carbonate in the water. Okay. So what the fuck am I talking about? Okay. So if you look up here, guys, you see this little equation right here? This is carbonic acid right here, right? So as a pH shifts to the right, or in this equilibrium reaction, from carbonic acid, it'll form bicarbonate, all right, which is the red. Okay, and then from the red, it'll go into the blue, and that's carbonate. Okay, that's what the coral skeleton is made out of. Okay, so let me go back. All right. So when the pH is low and natural seawater, okay, so let's say the pH of your tank is low. So let's go to my tank real quick. All right. So let's say the pH of my tank drops to, let's say 7. Okay. All right. So let's get the scale back up. Not that one. I don't like that. There you go. Okay. So let's say the pH is at 7. Oh, fuck. Let me refresh this. All right, perfect. All right, so let's say my fish tank, the pH is at 7 right here. Or let's go a little bit lower. Let's say we're at 6 or 5 because 5 is right here on the graph. Okay, so let's say the pH of my tank is 5. Okay, or yeah, 5. We'll make it simple. Let's say the pH is 5, right? It drops to 5, or 7's right here. Okay, 7, you're kind of on the borderline. So let's say it drops between 5 and 7. Let's say you're around a 6, right? So when your pH is around this area in your tank, it's highly favoring carbonic acid in the system, okay, which is this green line right here, or the green line. So when it favors the carbonic acid, what that's doing to your coral skeleton, let's say this is a little stick, a little coral skeleton stick or whatever, okay? All right. So when you form carbonic acid, the stick, it starts to dissolve away. Okay. It starts to dissolve away. And then you form an aqueous form of H plus and carbonate, okay? Because this will dissolve, okay? And then eventually the equilibrium will shift this way. So okay. Well, before we get that way. All right. So, anyways, when your pH is low, all you got to get from this is when the pH is low. Oh, snap. Come on, work, baby. All right. So when the pH is low, around this range, it's highly favoring carbonic acid. And usually people that struggle with this is usually people that run a calcium reactor. Okay. So when your calcium reactor is leaking that return line that is dripping water into your tank, it's not just releasing both the carbonate, but it's releasing both the acidic form of it, which is a carbonic acid right here, okay? And basically your pH is always dropping, okay? No matter what, your pH is always going to be right here. Okay? That's what that means. That's what the green line means, okay? And let's say once you increase the pH, okay, let's say you go now towards 7, and then let's say you go up, let's say you increase the pH to 8. Well, let's say right here, let's say 7.8 and 9.5. Okay, what do you guys think? That's about right there. Oh, cool. You guys are still watching. Good shit. All right. So let's say you increase the pH. Okay. And what's the easiest way to increase pH? Okay. The easiest way to increase pH is to add a hydroxide, whether you add calcium hydroxide. Ah, shit. That's terrible. Okay. That's calcium hydroxide or Kalkwasser. Okay. This is Kalkwasser. Okay. Or you could add sodium hydroxide. It doesn't even really matter at this point. Okay, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. I think there might be a 2 right here somewhere. I'm not sure. Double check that. Double check the balance the equation, you guys. What other hydroxides are there? There's magnesium hydroxide. Is it Mg or yeah? I think it's Mg. Magnesium hydroxide. There might be a 2 here. I'm not sure, guys. Or a 2 here. I can't remember. You guys got to look at a periodic table. You guys balance that shit. But anyways, any form of hydroxide, guys. Okay. When you dose the Kalkwasser inside of the tank, what that's gonna do is it's gonna favor this red system. You see the little red system right here, right here. You see you see that right here. when you increase the pH of your fucking piece of shit tank from, let's say, below 7, and let's say you go to 7.5 all the way to 10, okay, that's a huge ass swing, guys. Don't change your pH that much. But anyways, according to the graph, okay, um at these levels, you see how it's favoring the red arrows right here, or the red. Oh shit, you see how it favors the red? But if you look at the green, you see how on the green it goes down to almost basically virtually zero. Honestly, in reality, it never goes to zero. It goes infinity close to zero, but never to zero. Why? Because of the equilibrium reaction that you see up here, which all depends on the K value of the equilibrium reaction. And then you compare it to the Q, which is some chemistry shit. You guys don't really need to know that shit. So I don't confuse you guys. Let's go back right here. All right. So when you increase the pH, it's going to highly favor this red. So what the fuck is this red? Okay. All right. So next question. What is the red? And then you notice the blue right here. And then what is the beginning of the blue? So you see how it decreases from red, and then you see the start. Well, you see how the green ends, but then there's a start of the blue one. You see the blue right here. So what is the blue? The blue and the red. Okay. All right. So you see the red right here, guys. That is what's baking soda made out of again? Sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, sodium bicarbonate. The red right here, that's sodium bicarbonate. Oh, I mean that's sodium. That's carbonate. My bad, guys. That's not sodium bicarbonate. That's just carbonate. Okay, that's the carbonate ion. Hold on. Let's double check. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go with carbonate. Let's just say that's the carbonate ion. Let me see. Let me check on my other phone real quick. It should be carbonate. HCO3. Yeah, bicarbonate. Yeah, I'm right. That's bicarbonate. That's baking soda. I never memorize the names, guys. Honestly, guys. All right, so that's baking soda, or that's not baking soda. That's bicarbonate. Baking soda would be Na. Oh shit. Wait. Before I get to the baking soda shit. So this is bicarbonate. Okay. So we go from carbonic acid. You see how I go from carbonic acid, and then we go up to carbonate. All right. So remember, a decrease in carbonic acid when you increase the pH. Okay. Up to like, oh shit. Once you get the pH to where natural sea level is, the carbonic acid should be close to zero. Okay. So carbonic acid, imagine in the form of CO2. Okay. That's the best way I could think of. Okay. This equation is not complete. Okay. This equation is actually H2O plus CO2. Okay. Produces this right here. Okay. So let's say you have a lot of CO2 in the air. Usually you get CO2 with the calcium reactor. So if you pumping CO2 in the calcium reactor, what you're doing is you're forming a lot of carbonic acid in the water that you discharging back into the aquarium. Okay. So you're making your aquarium more acidic by what do you call it? By using a calcium reactor. And so to compensate that, you're going to add usually kalkwasser or any hydroxide, but usually kalkwasser is the safest. You could add a hydroxide and pick up the pH. And when you pick up the pH going this way, when you pick up the pH, you start forming bicarbonate. Okay. So you start decreasing that acidic levels, obviously, because you're adding a strong base to the system. And when you start adding the strong base, you start forming bicarbonate. Okay. So now we're increasing the pH, right? And then we start forming bicarbonate right here. That's let me write with the other side. Let me see. Yeah, the other side's way better because I haven't charged my thing. Bicarbonate, okay? So the red right here is bicarbonate, okay? So that's really important. So when you increase the pH of the system, you see the carbonate, the most abundant form of what do you call it? Of the buffer system right here is carbonate. That's what I missed in the beginning of the lecture. Okay. Let me explain. All right. So you see, guys, what is alkalinity? So let me teach you guys the way I learned chemistry, because in chemistry we don't say alkalinity really. All right. So in chemistry, depending on the ratio of H3O, oh, that's going to be too confusing for you guys. Of H plus of hydrogen in the water, that's will make the water, or the water is considered acidic, right? And then going this way, it's considered basic with the OH, okay? That's the pH scale. And then within the pH scale also, there's this system called buffers, okay? Oh shit. Buffers. So when you learn chemistry, you're gonna learn this thing called buffers. So what is a buffer? So a buffer is a acid with its conjugate base. Conjugate, I don't know how to spell conjugate. Base. And then or a buffer is also a base with its conjugate acid. Okay, that is what the buffer is. So if you ever take a chemistry exam and they ask you what is a buffer, don't fucking say a fucking chemical or some bullshit like that. The real answer is an acid with its conjugate base or a base with its conjugate acid, and they both have to be present. So what does it have to do with this equation right here? You see that? So in this equation, let's say you see right here in this form right here, for example, let's just say hypothetically, all right? Let's say, damn, this is going to be confusing for you guys. Let's use water so you guys can know what I'm talking about. You get H2O, right? All right. Plus, damn, I don't know how to do this without confusing you guys. Okay, OH, okay? All right. Yeah, let's use water. Hold on. All right, so you have what you guys know water as H2O, right? And then let's say, God. Yeah, let's just do that. Fuck it. I'll show you guys what's up. All right, let's say you have water, right? Another form, water, when you break it down, let's say this is an acidic form and then this is a basic form. Oh, actually, let me reverse that. Reverse that. Because according to this graph, it's the opposite. Okay. So you guys don't get confused on the graph. All right. So you see this graph right here? Okay. The more it goes this way, it's more acidic. And then the more it goes this way, it's more acidic. The more it goes this way, it's basic. All right. So another way of saying H plus is H3O. Okay. And then you got H2O right here. And then over here, you got hydroxide, which is the same shit minus the hydrogen. Okay. So imagine the hydrogen over here. It kind of went over here. Could you kind of imagine that? Yes. Okay. Good shit. All right. So if you let me write that. So if you take the equation that I just did, H plus equilibrium reaction, which H3O. Oh shit, my bad, wrong. Same thing, but I kind of fucked it up. H3O plus, oh wait, not a plus, an equilibrium reaction with H2O, equilibrium reaction with OH. Remember, guys, I'm just following the chart that's up there, okay? All right, so you see right here, guys, this H3. This is a perfect example of a buffer system right here using water, okay? So what is where is the, remember, what is a buffer? An acid and its conjugate base. So Henry, could you point that shit out? This is the acid, right? This is the acid, right? This is the acid, the H3O. And then right here is its conjugate base. You see that? The water is the conjugate base of H3O or H plus in the water. You see that shit? You see that? Okay. Now I'm gonna trick you guys up a little bit. You see, but you see how this is the acid right here, and then this is the base according to this. Then what the fuck is this, right? That's a strong base. That's a strong base, right? All right. So now here's the tricky part to what I'm about to do. Okay. So I'm gonna erase this. Where's the eraser shit? I'm going to erase this real quick. And then I'm just gonna write acid A, and then CB for conjugate base. Okay. You see that? All right. So now when we deal with this molecule, you see how this is the okay. From this system. All right, let me erase that shit. All right, in this system, this one's the acid. This one right here is the acid. And then over here, this one's the base, okay? But oh shit. Let me go. That's the only way I could clean it up. No. Let me rewrite that now. All right, acid, conjugate base, okay? You see that shit? And then that was this system over here, okay? But now let's look at this system right here. Now this one's the acid right here. The water, now water is the acid, okay? And then right here, this is obviously a base. So this is the conjugate base. All right. You see that shit, guys? That's the acid and the conjugate base. And then that's the buffer on this side of the system. You see that? So we went from H3O to water to hydroxide. This and this buffer system, okay? So we could easily convert water into its acidic form and into its basic form, and depending on which way you're looking at the system, all right, this one right here is either that one's always the acid, okay? That one's always the acid, okay? This one, the water, could either be acid or it could be the base, okay? And then in this system, on this side, this one is always the fucking base. You see that shit? You see, guys, what's going on in water, okay? In the water solution, okay? This is the buffer system of water, okay? Now, what the fuck does that have to do with the carbonate system? All right, so you see this equation right here? Whether you add acid or H3O or H plus or OH to the system, this one's either the acid or the base. This one's either the acid base or conjugate acid or the base. You know, you get what I'm saying? And then this one's either the acid or the base. But you see these arrows, how it's always going in the direction? That depends on how much your acidic, how acidic or how basic your water is, or how what's the pH of your water, okay? That's what's happening, okay? All right, guys. To explain everything in as simple as I can to people that don't know chemistry and are trying to educate themselves in the hobby. All right. If this doesn't make sense, get someone that knows chemistry. I know I have someone that told me they know chemistry that follows me, so they might better further explain. But I ain't a teacher. I never educated people in chemistry. All right, guys. But I'm trying my best. But anyways, that's what's happening in the system. All right, guys. So let's say as I increase the pH of the water, the concentration of carbonic acid decreases and it starts forming this one, this side of the equation, okay? The red, which is the HCO3, so which is this right here, okay? So as we go from left to right, so this is the green, and then we go from this one to the red. You see that? And then let's say you increase the pH again, it goes from over here. So that's what's happening, okay, guys? So what is a buffer? Okay, so you got the system, right? Let's say your pH is right here. Let's say you throw a strong acid, you throw hydrochloric acid, which is HCl. I forgot if there's a 2 right here or a 2 right here. Some shit like that. I forgot. No, that's hypochloric. Well, anyways, you guys balance out the equation. Some shit like that. So let's say you drop hydrochloric acid into the system. The buffer, so let's say you drop acid this way. The buffer system, it what's going to do is it's going to neutralize the acid and form a base, and then it's going to shift the equation back this way. And then the opposite happens if you throw a strong buffer, a strong base, I mean. Let's say you throw sodium hydroxide in there. It's going to form a reaction. It's going to go this way, but then it's eventually going to start going this way also, okay? Because there's also acid over here, okay? Because you never, like I said, no matter what, you never get rid of the acid going this way. And then at the same time, even though over here, it kind of looks like it barely starts this way right here, in reality, in real life, there's always some let's say some CO3 solid present in the fucking water, okay? Or in liquid form, okay? That right here, that doesn't say aqueous or solid or anything, okay? I'm just letting you guys know what's happening, okay? All these are always present in the fucking water is what I'm trying to say, okay? So that is the buffer system of carbonate. But for whatever fucking reason, I don't know if it's marketing or businesses trying to sell you shit, or I don't know what the fuck, but reality and chemistry, we just call this a buffer. And this is just the carbonate buffer, okay? But in the hobby, they call this alkalinity, which is kind of weird because when you learn chemistry, when you favor this side of the water, you say you're making the water alkaline or the solution alkaline. Okay. So when people say you're making the water alkaline in chemistry terms, all that means is you're adding hydroxide to the water. But when people in the aquarium hobby talk about alkalinity, they're talking about the carbonate buffer system. Okay. So that's why chemists and fucking the aquarium hobby fuckers are not seeing eye to eye, or the aquarium hobby has become so confusing where the only ones that are really profiting are businesses making money off of you motherfuckers. So just letting you guys know, you guys put in your shit. Oh, Adam, Bay, what's up, bro? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, bro. That's coolo. Hey, co-reefing, what's up, G? Today I'm talking to you guys about alkalinity of the solution, and how that relates to pH and how you could solve your pH solutions and alkalinity solutions and what that means. And I'm just clearing up everything for everybody watching. I know I kind of stumbled and I kind of struggled in the beginning trying to explain this shit, but I'm really trying my best. And this is my first time. Again, I'm gonna make more videos to get more efficient, more better. You know what I mean, guys? Because like I said, I'm not a professional at all at educating, or I've never taught anybody chemistry, nor am I a fucking professional in filming and none of that shit, guys. But I'm teaching you guys chemistry and all that shit. All right, guys. So today, like I said, we're talking about carbonate alkalinity and what that means in terms of buffer systems, and hydroxide and what that means with the pH and how you guys could fix your hydroxide and pH and alkalinity and all that bullshit. All right. So, anyways, let's go back to the notepad and let's keep getting a closer shot. Hey, Aquatic Amigos, what's up, G? You're the guy that I really wanted to make sure you were on because I wanted to upgrade, because I found out you could upgrade the wrenches. I'm gonna upgrade your wrench, bro. Where's my other phone? Oh, hold on, guys. Let me take a quick pause. Oh, I found it. Hey, Aquatic Amigos, what's up, G? I'm just doing a quick, well, not really a quick explanation, but I'm trying to explain carbonate and alkalinity to people and how they could fix their system or why their pH is never increasing or decreasing and all that stuff. But I'm gonna keep making these videos to get better at explaining because I'm not an educator. I mean, I am an educator, but I've never taught chemistry. That's some crazy shit. All right, let's see. Hey, Aquatic Amigos, drop another comment, bro. I think I updated your wrench, bro. Let me see. I love these types of videos. A lot of knowledge. All right, bro. Aquatic Amigos, bro. Stand by, bro. I'm gonna do a quick recap of everything that I went over. I try to go as slow as I can, but I usually find that faster I go, the better I explain. I don't know why. It just happens that way. Maybe because I'm live and shit. Hey, bro, but drop another video, bro. I mean, another video. What the fuck am I saying? And drop another. See, that's what I mean. I'm thinking of so many shit that I just forget. Reefer badness. All right. Hey, Aquatic Amigos. I don't know if I updated you, bro, but I took you off from a standard moderator to some other shit moderator. I'm not sure if it shows, or I don't know. You did, bro. How does it show though? I don't know if it shows. How do you know? Or how, see, Aquatic Amigos, you know more than me, bro. Because I can't even tell, bro. And you told me I did, so I don't know. All right. And there's a reason, bro. You, Brenda, Bambi, are the three right now. There's a fourth one in debate. Actually, there's five right now. Now I remember who else. Let me update. Somebody else is also right here that I'm gonna update. Hold on. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah. So, anyways, Aquatic Amigos, I'm gonna add that wrench to to you and Brenda and Bambi when I see them. Oh, I already saw you, so I'm add it to Brenda and Bambi when I see them. Okay, that's gonna be a special wrench. The other one I just added for everybody, so I don't accidentally put you on timeout. So, anyways, let's go back to what we're saying, guys. According to the chart, all right. So, a quick recap. In the chart, oh shit, my stylus is off. Okay, so in the chart, the pH is going up. This is the pH scale going up. And then on this one is a concentration of carbonate, CO3 in the system, okay? Or alkalinity in the system, or I don't even know how to, no, just say carbonate, fuck it. All right, that's what it's talking about. So when your pH is low in your fish tank, you have a lot of carbonic acid. This green right here is carbonic acid. So when your pH is below, let's say 6. So when your pH is below 6, there's a lot of carbonic acid in the water, and that's dissolving your coral. But let's say you increase the pH with, oh yeah. So anyway, usually people introduce carbonic acid through a calcium reactor. So you're pumping a lot of CO2. So you have a lot of CO2 plus, oh shit, CO2 plus water, H2O, will produce this equation right here, carbonic acid right here, okay? So when you have a calcium reactor, you're pumping a lot of acid, so you're making a lot of water really acidic. So what that means is it's dissolving. So your coral skeleton, let's say that's a coral, it's dissolving your coral skeleton just like your calcium reactors media. So your corals are actually dissolving in the water if your pH is pretty low, obviously, right? Because that's what we do in a calcium reactor chamber. We dissolve coral skeletons, right? But when you introduce that water back into your system, your pH of your whole system is actually dropping and dissolving your corals. So if you're only running a calcium reactor and you're not running a Kalkwasser a Kalkwasser or some kind of hydroxide in the system, you're always going to be killing your shit. All right, Gary fucking Teed. Okay, so after the carbonic acid, let's say you increase the pH, we increase the pH of your system. Let's say now we go right here. Let's, oh shit, hold on guys, let me refresh this real quick. Sorry guys, my bad guys. Hold up, my bad guys. I'm trying to put mirrors. The screen mirroring turned off. Hold on. All right, guys, hold on, guys. Technical difficulties. Hold on. All right, perfect. Thank you, guys. It sent me a message. Oh, okay, good shit, bro. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Chimp, what's up, G? What's up, bro? Aquatic Amigos, thank you, bro. Aquatic Amigos, Aquatic Amigos knows what's up. He says before it goes there, he see Aquatic Amigos is more advanced, obviously, guys. Uh, he has a lot of experience. That's why he knows what to do. he he thought of a fail safe for people because obviously, what Aquatic Amigos, what he does, he takes care of people's aquariums. And what he's saying is he basically puts a fail safe for the customer. So if the customer's pH, his water drops, and he's not there to handle business, it automatically shuts the calcium reactor off. Let's read his comments. Hold on, let me read your comment real quick. Okay, there you go. That's why you use a pH controller to monitor that will turn off the calcium reactor when water reaches the right pH. Sorry if I read that wrong. I'm reading at a far distance and I could barely read the screen, but definitely, definitely. So what Kwarami was saying, once the pH reaches the water reaches the right pH. So let's say he turns on his calcium reactor, and before it reaches way over here, his what do you call it? His the fail-safe system, his mechanical system or electrical system will tell the calcium reactor to turn off, and that will prevent the pH from keep going that way. Okay. And what he's doing is he's preventing the solid calcium carbonate of the coral. Oh shit, hold on. So let's say that's the coral. He's preventing the solid calcium from dissolving because the pH dropped. Okay. So anyways, so now let's go right here to the red system. So what is the red? What is this right here? What is HCO3, guys? That is bicarbonate. Okay. That's not the same as sodium bicarbonate. Why? Because there's no sodium. That's just the anion. When you say sodium bicarbonate, you have the cation and the anion. Anyway, you don't need to know that. So anyway, what's sodium carbonate? All that means is that there's a sodium present. Okay. Sodium bicarbonate. All that means is that there's a sodium in there. But I'm just giving you an example of carbonate. Okay. So anyways, so let's say you dump in I'm gonna say you dump in carbonate. Okay. So let's say you just increase the pH. Okay. You increase the pH with just kalkwasser. Okay. A hydroxide. You need to add a strong hydroxide. Let me erase that shit. I'm just gonna put OH. So you need to add a strong hydroxide to pick up the pH of the water. Okay. Going this way. So when you add this strong hydroxide, so you're going from carbonic acid down to 0, okay? And then when you add the kalkwasser, you're making bicarbonate in the water. So simply by dosing kalkwasser or calcium hydroxide, OH, for whatever reason, guys, I want to put a 2 right here. I don't know why. I feel like there's a 2 right there. But anyways, you make a calcium hydroxide. That is a fucking lie. You don't make calcium hydroxide. You make sodium hydroxide. My bad. It doesn't matter. You fucking whatever you add to pick up the pH doesn't matter. What matters is the molecule right here. Okay, so that's why I don't like putting the cation because I'm gonna confuse the fuck out of you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna call it hydroxide. Okay, guys. So it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna call it hydroxide in the form of kalkwasser. Okay, so when you add the kalkwasser, you decrease the acid, the acidic, the carbonic acid, and then you make bicarbonate or you make baking soda. In other words, okay, I'm just simplifying it. If you're a chemist and you're watching this shit, fucking bear with me, guys. I don't fucking teach chemistry to people, okay? But anyways, so the red right here, imagine you're making baking soda, okay? So when your pH is at sea level, I mean, this is sea level, right? At around 8.3. Let's say that's sea level, right? When you increase the pH with the Kalkwasser, you decrease the acidic levels, the carbonic acid. That's carbonic. Carbonic acid, and then you make bicarbonate. Usually, because there's a lot of salt present in the fucking saltwater system, you make bicarbonate, baking soda, because you make Na. You make Na. Oh shit, Na. Sorry guys, I had to write hella weird. NaCO3. Oh, NaHCO3. Okay, that's sodium bicarbonate because there's a lot of sodium present in the reef already. Okay, but right here in this chart, there's no sodium present. I can't tell you make baking soda because that's wrong, because in this system there's no Na in the equilibrium reaction right there. Okay, but anyways, that's a chemistry shit detail. But since we're talking about the reef, a reef system, you make sodium bicarbonate, you make baking soda. That's why I tell you fuckers, if your fucking pH is low, dose some fucking baking soda, pendejos, to make your pH go right here, okay? That's why I keep fucking mentioning you guys. All right. Like, I don't know how many fucking times I keep fucking telling you, all you fucking dick faces that tell me your pH is always low and you can't bring it up and all this shit. Hey, have you fucking just tried going to the dollar store or fucking Walmart or fucking your mama's fucking house, opening the fucking cabinet and putting some fucking baking soda into your shit? And the best way to add it to your system is add it to your fucking top off water. Fuck, dude. Anyways, let me read the catch up to the comments and then we're gonna talk about. All right, so next question, guys. So we went from the red right here. What do you guys think is the blue? What is the blue line? What is this right here? Oh shit. What is that right there? What's the blue? Let me catch up on comments. Nah, bro, your chemistry is off the chain. You do great, bro. Ah, shit. Thank you, Aquatic Amigos, bro. You're fucking inspirational, bro. Thank you, bro. Aquatic Amigo says correct. Somewhere I forgot what I asked you guys. I forgot. I forgot. Remember. I forgot. That I think it was the name of a molecule or some shit, or the H2 or the 2 on the calcium or some shit. But he said correct. I forgot what I forgot. I said so. I asked so many shit, and then he said correct. So thank you, Aquatic Amigos. You're a real one, bro. All right, guys. So, anyways, let's go back to the graph. All right. So before we go back to the graph, just remember, you guys, all this shit, guys, is happening in your saltwater chemistry in your fucking tank. All right, guys. So everything I just mentioned is happening right now in my tank, live. Okay, this chemical equation. Okay, and that's why I always say, listen to the fucker that is handling your chemistry, or a YouTuber that talks about water chemistry. Like, they better fucking know their shit, because some motherfucker like me is gonna come along and is gonna fucking tell you some shit. And me, usually, I don't give a fuck. You could say whatever you want in your video. I just take it in as entertainment. You know what I mean? But in my shit, I gotta be technical about it. You know what I mean? And you're gonna learn some real shit here. Buy a 99-cent box of baking soda or buy a $20 small jar of marine buffer. Hell yeah. Aquatic Amigos, you know what I would do, bro? I would mix. Well, a lot of marine buffer has baking soda in it already, but the marine buffer and you have baking soda, you can mix it together, bro, and make your own buffer solution of some sort. You know what I mean? I mean, don't sell that shit, but you have your you'll have your own homemade buffer solution. But most marine buffers, we'll talk about that right now, a little bit more about buffers, but most marine buffers carry baking soda in them. Okay. It'll say sodium bicarbonate. Okay. I use the small sodium bicarbonate to get out in a certain level, then dose soda ash to keep it there. Hey, Chimp, you just fucking went to my next thing when I was going to talk about buffers later in my presentation, but you just fucking beat me. So let's get to it. All right. So what Chimp is saying, now I'm kind of lost. Carbonate. Oh yeah. So what Chimp was saying. Oh yeah. So what Chimp is saying, he's adding baking soda, bicarbonate. I'm trying to hold on, guys. I'm trying to remember the. Where's my other phone? I'm trying to remember the molecular formula of soda ash. Hold on, guys. Fuck. I think it, and I know it's Na. Oh shit, it's Na. I forgot if it's 2 H's or 1. Fuck. If you guys could help me out. Hold on, let me just grab my other phone and check real quick. I forget the molecular formula. Hold on, guys. Hey, yeah, go to the bathroom. Hold on, soda ash. You guys know it as soda ash. I know it as sodium what's it called? Sodium carbonate. See, sodium carbonate. What's the fucking Na2CO3? Okay, Na2CO3. Okay, perfect. Now there's the fucking equation I was trying to look for. NaCO3. Okay, that's soda ash, and then bicarbonate is Na. What was it? I forgot if it's 1 or 2 H's, but fuck it. Let's say it's 1 H. I don't like how it was right there. Hold on. NaHCO3. Okay. All right. So a buffer. Remember when I told you guys about the buffer? Okay. So if you look at right here, you see how this one has the H? Usually, not always. When there's an H, that's usually the acidic form in the buffer system. Okay. It would make more sense. Let me rewrite that whole shit. Na2, Na2, Na2. Hold on. Na2. And then sodium bicarbonate, NaH. Fucking C, dude. Bam. Okay, there you go. And then I just noticed I should have wrote it in reverse. And then you'll see why. Okay. So a buffer. So what Chimp said, this is what he does. This is what Chimp is dosing to his tank. He's adding sodium bicarbonate, which is this right here, baking soda, and then he's throwing soda ash, which is sodium carbonate. So a buffer, this right here, guys, what Chimp number a buffer is an acid and its conjugate base. You can rewind this fucking live. A buffer in chemistry, if people ask you what's a buffer, it's acid and its conjugate base, or a base and its conjugate acid. So what Chimp is adding right here, as you see on the display, is he's adding this right here to his water. And then this equation right here, this part right here, that is the acid. I had to fucking think right now. This is okay, this is not the complete equilibrium reaction, okay, guys, but in this system right here, in that system, remember, there's more going on in this system, but in this equation right here, that right there, this is the base, okay? Oh man, I hate how I hate how I wrote that circle in there. Okay, that's the base, right? That's the base. And that's the base form of in this equation. And then the base is what is this again? Baking soda. So he's adding baking soda. Oh, that's not correct. That is not correct. Sorry guys, this is what happens when you go live. This is the acid. I'm a fucking pendejo. That is the acid right there. Okay, guys? So what he's doing is that's the acid. That's still baking soda. That's what happens when you go live, guys. All right. So baking soda is the acid, and then he's throwing soda ash on this side, right? And that is the conjugate base. And remember, when you add an acid with its conjugate base, you form a buffer. And when you form a buffer, let's say I throw hydrochloric acid into the system. Let's say I throw NaHCl, hydrochloric acid. I throw it into this system. It's going to form a reaction right here. Right? Oh, right? Or whatever, or whichever. It's actually formed this way. So you drop acid, and then it's going to favor this part of the equation, and it's going to neutralize the acid, and you're not going to see a shift in your pH. And in contrast, let's say you throw in Kalkwasser, which is let's do something stronger. Let's say you throw, Kalkwasser. Let's say you throw a strong base like Kalkwasser. Actually, soda ash, my bad. Oh, no. I got to think of a different base. Soap. Let's say you drop soap in here. Let's say you drop soap. You drop soap in your fucking tank on accident. You drop soap on this side, and then it's gonna form a reaction, and the acid on this side is gonna neutralize it. And when you drop the soap in your system, you're gonna see a zero shift in your pH. So a buffer, what it really is, it's a bully. And it bullies strong acids and strong bases from changing the pH of the fucking tank. All right. And what Chimp is doing, he's throwing the buffer in here so the pH of his system doesn't shift from natural seawater. Oh, shit. That's not natural seawater. Natural seawater right there. And that is very fucking smart. And that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. All right. And if you're running a calcium reactor, you're favoring the acid. So I highly recommend to dose Kalkwasser or a strong base like Chimp. Chimp threw a buffer. Let's say you only threw in one of this. Let's say on this equation, you only have baking soda. Baking soda is naturally already found in here at natural seawater, so you're a lot safer using baking soda. Once you throw in soda ash, you're going towards this range, and it becomes very dangerous and very dangerous quickly. Look how quickly, guys, it fucking goes. Look, so from the pH of natural seawater to fucking dangerous levels is right there. Right there. Watch. Natural and the real danger zone. Watch. What's you guys' max alkalinity? 11. Let's say you well, this is not an alkalinity scale. Sorry, I can't use that. At the pH right here, let's say at a pH of 11. Damn, that shit's way too fucking kind of high. pH of 11 and natural seawater. You see how the amount of carbonate in this area drastically becomes 0 after a pH of 11. Okay, so if you're only dosing soda ash and you're going this way, you could easily overdose it and kill your shit easily. Okay, you got to be real careful. But what Chimp is doing, he's throwing both. He's throwing the buffer. So when he throws the soda ash, it goes this way. When he throws in the baking soda, it goes this way, and it forms a buffer that kind of makes everything stay in this area right here. Okay, in that area. That's what Chimp is doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what every pendejo that you have SPS coral is fucking doing unconsciously or consciously or in their mama's house. That's what they're fucking doing. Okay. And that's what a real experienced reefer is doing. And that's what a chemist understands what is going on. And that's why all you motherfuckers right here are my boys. And I'm telling you what's going on. Anyways, let's catch up on comments, guys. Hopefully that makes sense before I keep going on. And remember, what is this blue? Next question, what the fuck is the blue? I haven't even discussed the blue area because Chimp took me on a tangent right now. All right, let's go. Yo, what's up? What's up? Can I get him to the bathroom? Yeah, bro. Go for it, bro. Google says Na2CO3. Yeah. That's right. Google's right. Na2CO3. I think that's what I write. That's what I wrote, right, bro? I wrote Na2CO3. I hope I did. Fuck it. And remember, guys, in chemistry, it really fucking matters. If I write Na1 or NaCO3 instead of Na2CO3, I get it completely fucking wrong. And fucking, I just blew up the whole lab and everybody's fucking dead. You blew up everybody in the fucking rocket ship and all that shit. All right, guys. So that too really fucking mattered. I know it doesn't really matter in the reefing because I'm explaining to you guys, but in terms of chemistry, guys, I have to be technical and all that shit because then there's gonna be another chemistry fucker coming on and like, oh no, that pendejo was wrong. That's why you guys are here to help me out, guys, because I'm doing this shit live, guys. There's no fucking notes or anything. Okay, I'm dosing 2-part, so soda ash and calcium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate to get out to the right levels to start. Hey, Chimp, I'll go over that right now on why people do 2 parts. Okay. God, this is a lot of explaining that I'm gonna have to do, but I have to do because they're answers. Okay, so remember to ask me about the 2-part, but most likely I'll remember about the 2-part. Hold on. Oh shit, the shutter on my camera on my phone went out. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, guys. Not again. All right, good shit. I managed to fix it quicker this time. Okay. Remind me to go back to the 2-part question. Chimp, is your 2-part from BRS? Yeah, from BRS. Okay. Hello, I'm back. Hey, oh, Charlie's Reef. What's up, G? Oh yeah, Charlie Reef knows a little bit of chemistry, so he could probably help me out a lot in case I'm fucking up. All right, but yeah, Charlie's Reef. We're talking about carbonate and hydroxide. Well, and the buffers and of the tank and stuff. All right, let me while I'm reading that, you guys can see the tank real quick. My alk says around 7.8. My pH is at 8 to 8.1. Chimp, that's what's up, bro. I'll probably by the end of right now, you'll probably be able to fix that. My alk is stable at 8 8.9 to 9.2. Hey, Charlie's Reef, that's where I like to have mine. Between 8.5 to 9.5 is my sweet spot. And you have it even sweeter because I usually had to give wiggle room to people because a lot of people can't maintain it like at 9, like at a bottom 9, like straight 9. But I really love those numbers, Charlie. I really, really, really love those. Those are the numbers I keep. But I usually let them. I really don't care if it swings between 8.5 to 9.5, or if it drops to 8, or if it goes to 10. If it goes to 10, I absolutely don't do anything. If it drops to 7, or 8, I'll add a little bit. Well, anyways, guys, let's keep going. We caught up, and let's go back to school. You guys had your break. Make sure you have your Reese's and all that bullshit. My doser is really precise. I calibrate every week. Oh snap! I need to get me one of those. My tank seems to like a little lower. Anytime I go higher, things don't look happy. Yeah, Chip. Remember the graph, bro. Watch. Let's go back to the graph, bro. Oh, that goes back to my point. Let's keep going. So I explained to you guys what's happening on Chimp's questions, but now we got to keep going. All right. Let me sit back down where I was because the number of guys, I got the microphone in one side of the room, the computer in the middle of the room, and the tank at the other far side of me on the other corner of the room. It is crazy. Oh, let me refresh the thing real quick. All right, there you go. You should explain what those KH, pH, GH stand for and what they do for your water quality and corals off for all the newbies. Ah, fuck. All right. We asked the question, then we got it. And then remember, guys, to remember that I should remember about the 2-part dosing. Whoever asked the 2-part dosing part. Okay. What the fuck is KH? Carbonate hardness. DKH. I always forget all the units, what they stand for. Wait, what's KH stand for again, guys? Fuck. Does that stand for carbonic hardness? No, that's DKH, right? Ah, fuck. Well, anyways, let me explain the pH scale. General hardness. Okay. Little Charlie's giving us what the literal translation in his language means. All right, but let me guys tell you what the fuck pH really means. All right. You guys, you remember I told you guys about H plus on this side of the pH scale, and then on this side you have the OH. To get the pH of anything, you take the concentration. Let's say you want to get the pH, you get the concentration of hydrogen. Okay, let me rephrase that shit before I fuck it up. You take the log base, I believe the log base 10. Charlie, correct me if I'm wrong. You take the log base 10 of the concentration of hydrogen. Okay. So if you go to your calculator, let's say, this is in moles in concentration, not in fucking whatever fucking units you use, but in moles. So you take the molar concentration of hydrogen and you plug it in the computer. So you take the log base 10 concentration of hydrogen, and that will give you a number. Okay. And that number is going to range between 1 to 14. Okay. And that is what is referred to as pH. You take the log base concentration of H3O. I mean H3O. Some people are gonna fucking hate me for saying that shit because you know, yeah, H3O is what really happens in nature. But anyways, you take the log base concentration of H plus or hydrogen in the water. Okay, that's the easiest way I'm able to explain it. And then what is POH? POH is some other shit people don't even talk about, which is the reverse, obviously, because right, there's two sides to the equation. And then you can get the POH. What is that? You take the log base 10 of the concentration of hydroxide. That is referred to as, oh shit, POH. The P, imagine it stands for the log base, and OH is the type of molecule, which in this case is the hydroxide. You see that shit, guys? I don't want to sound fucking like a retard, but that's what's going on. Anyways, and then let's say you take the pH, because you guys know about pH, right? You take the log base of hydrogen. That is referred to as pH. You see that? All right, guys. All you're doing is taking the concentration of hydrogen in the water, and that is what pH is. Charlie, Reef, where are you from? He's in Europe, Netherlands. There you go. That's what's up, G. He's in Netherlands. Aquatic Amigos, nice. Charlie Reeves, wait, H3O, oxygen can't have more than 2 bonds, or did I forget something even though ozone is O3? Charlie Reeves, that's a great question, bro. All right, H3O. So you get water, H2O. Let's just do a quick little chemistry, right? Water plus water, right? H2O. That produces, let's say you combine one, H3O plus OH. You see that? You see that, my guy? And then another way of saying what do you call it? H3O is H plus. You see what I mean? So in reality, okay. The H3O is the real what's really going on in nature. In nature, there's no H plus in the water. You know what I mean? What's really happening is when we say H plus is, you see how we got water? We just call we just have water, right? But when the water goes into its acidic form, H3O, shit, H3O, we also call that H plus because it's one extra hydrogen of water. All right, that's just something we kind of learn in chemistry. These two mean the same thing. All right, my guy. That only this is a real representative of nature right there. Only you're not really taught that in chemistry when people are learning chemistry, because that shit will confuse you. But that's what that means, my guy. So whenever I say H3O, that's another way of me just saying H plus in the water. All right, guys. So when I said you take the log base concentration of hydrogen, it's the same thing as saying the log base of H3O in the water. You see that? And remember, if I take the log base of the hydroxide, OH, this is the POH. Oh shit. You can't see the black. Hold on. That's the POH. And then this is pH. This is pH. That's what H3O means. In nature, how does the water molecule look like again? The Mickey Mouse shit. When what ends up happening is you get the third uh hydrogen on the oxygen right there, and then that is often referred to as H plus, but in chemistry you could also just call that H3O, bro. Just a simple same way of saying the same shit. That's a great question though. I see. It's like tomatoes and yeah, exactly. It's not tomato, it's tomatoes. Yeah, it's just tomatoes, but it just know that in nature it's actually H3O, but when we do it in chemistry or when people are learning chemistry, you see how right here, you see this free hydrogen right there? You see that one right there? You could also just call that H3O. Oh shit. H3O. And oh, even right here also. And it would have been perfectly fine. Okay. It's just a technical shit. Quantum Amigos is all laughing. Like fucking chemist. Anyways, that's what I meant. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, so the blue. And remember asking me about the two part on when they sell you two part solutions. Okay. All right. I always thought oxygen can only have two bonds, and ozone needed also has an oxygen atom with three bonds. If I remember correctly, wait, how many valence electrons does oxygen have? 8 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many valence? I need to look at a periodic table real quick. I was gonna do the geometry, but we could just look at the geometry real quick. Oh, it's a double bond. Okay, now I got you. 1, 2, 4, 6. All right, there it is. All right, guys, we're gonna look at this. So oxygen, I forgot how many valence electrons. I should look at the valence electrons. Damn, I should have a periodic table with me. Well, anyways, so if you look right here, the ozone, it has a resonance structure. What the fuck a resonance structure means is that you see this double bond. It's alternating between the bond between both oxygens. That's what's happening right there. What's happening in real life with the H3O. So anyways, this was, oh shit, this was ozone, right? Hold on. So this was ozone. What ozone's doing is sharing the double bond. So a resonance structure, this is what a resonance structure means. It means that you see the single bond, this is one bond, it switches. You see that? And this is the double bond, it switches. So this is a resonance structure. Another way chemists see resonance structures, like on food items, is like this. You'll see like a little, let's say this is a bond of some sort, right? Some kind of molecular bond. If it has a resonance structure, sometimes it'll be like that. You'll see the double bonds over here, and then the resonance structure will be more like this. The singles become doubles and shit like that. Oh shit. Yeah, you can't look off screen, but they switch. You see that? That's what a resonance structure is. So that's what ozone's doing. And I forgot what molecule we're talking about. Oh yeah, now the H3O. So you get the oxygen in the center, and which I'm not sure about the arrangement. I just know there's 3 hydrogens in there. Oh shit. I just know there's 3 hydrogens in there. I know for a fact there's got to be a resonance structure in there. Okay, so the oxygen is gonna have to, or the hydrogens are gonna be sharing that double bond in some way. Okay, that's all they're doing. They're just switching the bond between each other. Okay. Well, anyways, that's what that shit means. Let's keep going. So what does the blue right here mean? Now I'm gonna answer it. You guys are dope. Chemistry guys are great. Aquatic Amigos, thank you, my G. Thank you, bro. All right. So what is that blue right here? Any guesses? What is CO3? CO3 is carbonate. Yeah, I had to double think that shit. CO3 is carbonate. Not to confuse it with bicarbonate. I know, guys, chemists are fucking assholes, but we do it so we could understand if there's two or one, like tri. For example, there's mono, bi, tri. I forgot if it's hecta, hepta, hexa, hecta, your mama, octa, nana, and shit like that. Okay? Just some stupid shit chemists fucking do. Anyways, you make carbonate. So the blue is carbonate. So what the fuck is carbonate? The easiest way I could tell you about carbonate is this is your let's say there's calcium carbonate, CO3. For some reason, I think carbonate or calcium carbonate has a 2 right there. I don't know why. I think there's a 2. You guys let me know. Anyways, calcium carbonate, that's your coral skeleton. So imagine when you're going towards the blue this way, this is favoring your coral skeleton. Oh, shit. This is bad. I can't draw corals for shit. It's some kind of staghorn. All right. So when you pick up the pH really high, you see how it's favoring the coral skeleton. So when your pH is high, your coral is not gonna dissolve on you. So that's why people say when they run their pH is high, they see better growth in their coral. That's because the water is not acidic, dissolving the fucking coral. What it's doing is when you have a high pH, you're actually favoring the coral in the form of carbonate, which is the cation, which is the anion or the negative charge of the calcium. No, I think calcium carbonate only has a 1. Is it a 1 or a 2? Fuck it. It's a 1 or a 2. But anyways, you see the carbonate? This is the negative charge of the molecule, because in nature, you're never gonna see just fucking carbonate in the water unless you write it as an aqueous. Usually right here, this is aqueous form, which means it's dissolved in water. But if you look at the units, they're not, it doesn't say solid, liquid, or gas, aqueous, or whatever the fuck. You see that? But right here, I'm talking about solid, okay? So this is your coral calcium or your coral skeleton in solid form. This is what it's made out of right here. So when your pH is high, it's favoring the coral skeleton. Okay. But remember, when your pH goes too high, you're gonna kill your shit. Remember, right here is your cutoff point when you start really killing shit. Why? Why do you start killing shit? All right, because if you look at natural seawater, your corals utilize bicarbonate and carbonate a lot better in the water than they would at a higher pH or at a lower pH. You see that for whatever reason, the biology on Earth evolved to favor the corals in the form of bicarbonate and carbonate in the water at that pH. Okay, that's just fucking the way life grew, guys. I can't fucking do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. Maybe we could try to adapt and form new corals. Maybe you could play God or whatever the fuck. But this is the mathematics of the planet Earth in its oceanic form. Okay. Charlie Reef, true. mono, di, tri. Oh yeah. The I forget all the names, guys. Honestly, meth, eth, prop, and pent, and hepta, and more. See, I actually have no idea what my pH is. My pH meter needs to a new battery. Oh snap! Yeah, I need to check my pH too. Charlie's bro, what meth, eth, and all that shit. And those are prefixes. Yeah, suffixes is the end. Yeah, prefixes. Or suffixes depending usually prefixes, yeah, prefixes, so we can know how much of each molecule there is. Oh look, see, there you go. Charlie provides a way better explanation. The name gives you the amount of the carbon atoms in the molecule. Don't know how to explain in English. Oh yeah, bro, I forgot you're in Netherlands. Basically aquatic amigos, so let's say I write uh we're gonna play God, guys, and we're gonna make up names, okay? So let's say you have calcium. Uh, damn, I don't want to call it hydroxide. Calcium sulfate, SO4, SO4. Okay. This is not a guys. If you're doing chemistry, guys, please don't fucking hate me. This is not balanced or anything, okay? So let's say you have calcium sulfate, SO4. What I mean by balance is I don't know what the number is right here, okay? All right. So aquatic amigos, let's say I read this calcium mono sulfate, SO4. Okay, sulfate, right? Oh shit, that I forgot if it's a pH or anyways, I don't know how to spell sulfate. So calcium monosulfate, right? That's when it has a 1. But now let's say it has a 2. Instead of mono, it'll be calcium di. Oh no. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. It'll be mono calcium sulfate. Oh, or you could call it monosulfate, okay? So you could get what the fuck I'm saying, okay? Let's call it monocalcium monosulfate, okay? But now let's say I put a 2 right here and a 3 right here, okay? Now it's called dicalcium, whatever how you spell. Oh yeah, calcium, calcium tri sulfate. You get what I'm saying? This is why chemists call that shit, so we could know the amount of molecules. So di means 2, so you know right here it has to have a 2. Tri, you know, it's 3, like a tricycle, so there's gonna be 3 of them. That's what it means. That's what it means. Okay, guys. So this, guys, is not accurate. Okay, guys. I know in nature, I haven't balanced the equation, but we're playing God, guys, and we're naming whatever the fuck we want to name it, right? Bam. All right, let's start refresh. Hexagon in my language. Oh shit, crazy. Yeah, aquatic amigos. Yeah. So when you look at a label, like in oh, for example, ATP. ATP is the molecule of energy. It's called, I don't know how to spell it, but it's called adenosine triphosphate. Right? And then there's ADP, which all cells, oh shit. D as in dog, my bad. ADP, which is adenosine diphosphate. You know what I mean? It's just for us to, when we read something, we kind of know how much of a molecule there is, so we kind of have a general idea. You know what I mean? a sugar thing. Yeah, that's ADP, ATP. So ATP in a cell, imagine that's a fully charged battery. Imagine your cells are running on full ATP, but imagine once your cells use the ATP, you form ADP, adenosine diphosphate. Imagine that's like a half run or a half energized battery, however you want to call it. So a battery, a half full, half empty, half in your ass, but that's like half of the energy. And then ATP is like a fully charged. Okay. And the only difference is that but that tri in the molecular molecular shape of it, it makes a big difference. Okay. That's just some chemistry shit, guys. You guys are asking some real good fucking questions, and I got quite a lot of heads on the live. That's crazy shit. So, anyways, so the blue in solid form in your tank exists as calcium calcium carbonate. Like I said, I don't know the number, so I'm just gonna put an X right there because I don't know the fucking number. Calcium carbonate, okay, and that's your coral skeleton. So if you're fucking have soft coral, expect you don't have any calcium fucking carbonate skeleton in the coral, obviously, right? But in aqueous form, aqueous means it's dissolved in a solution. In this case, it's water. So in a dissolved form of carbonate, you're gonna have sodium, Na. How do you what was the soda ash? Sodium carbonate. It didn't have an H, right? Fuck it. Let's just say that's sodium carbonate. I mean, sodium carbonate, right? I don't know. It doesn't have an H, does it? No, that's sodium bicarbonate. Okay. I always forget between sodium bicarbonate and sodium carbonate, but so go fuck yourself. Anyway, so let's say that sodium carbonate, and this is in liquid form. I don't want to say liquid, dude. That's so fucking wrong. I'm gonna say what it is. It's in aqueous form. I'll spell it out for you. It's AQU. In your mama. I don't know how to spell aqueous. AQUIOUS, maybe? Aqueous. Imagine like Aquafina, aqua in your ass. It's dissolved in water. Okay, that's what aqueous means. It's usually, well, it could dissolve in any solution, but in this case, it's water. But that's what it means when it's aqueous. So imagine sugar dissolved in water. The sugar is now in aqueous form. If you dissolve salt in the water, the salt is now in aqueous form. It's not in liquid form because liquid salt, you had to make it by heating it up at high temperature to make it to liquefy the salt. Liquid salt is not the same as salt dissolved in water. That dissolved in water, we call it aqueous. Sodium or salt dissolved in or salt heated up in liquid form is different. Okay, so liquid salt and salt dissolved in water in aqueous form are two different shits, if that makes sense. Okay. It's mitochondrial, the same in English, the energy production thing in a cell. Hey, yeah, it's the same. Charlie Reef, it's the same language. Mitochondria is the same one. You say it the same way, bro. Even in Spanish, I think it's the same. Dissolved. Yeah. Salt melts at really high temperatures. Yeah, see, Charlie Reef knows what's up. So salt dissolves at really high temperatures. So liquid salt is not the same as aqueous salt. Okay. So I just had to clarify with you guys. Okay. So salt in aqueous, what the fuck? Carbonate in aqueous form is in soda ash. There's already a lot of salt in the water. So when Chimp said he throws what was it, bicarbonate and soda ash, he's throwing this in the water right there in aqueous form. And what that's doing, he's dosing chemical that's in this side of the equation. What he's doing is he's throwing a strong he's throwing a strong base that's picking up the pH that shifting. Let's say if the water was too acidic, he has a lot of a carbonic acid. He picks up the pH using the soda ash. The carbonic acid neutralizes at 7. Oh, I mean, I should not have said that. It neutralizes, or it kind of like disappears, or let's just say it bottoms out near zero around 8.5 according to this graph, and then you start getting bicarbonate in the water. You see that he's starting to get bicarbonate, and then after you pick up the pH at at 10.5, you start forming soda ash, okay, that or carbonate in the water, okay, and usually he's adding that carbonate in the form of soda ash or sodium carbonate, okay. That's what's going on. But when he threw in the baking soda, like I said, that's what the soda ash is doing. It's converting all these chemicals going this way in the equation, okay? But when he threw in the bicarbonate, he's not only favoring this way, but he threw in the molecule that's favoring the water to stay at this range. Because let's say you overdose the bicarbonate, there's more likelihood it's not going to want to shift from right there. I mean, it will still shift, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a lot harder for you to overdose it in your system. You see that? So what Chimp did is he threw in the strong base, and then he threw in the conjugate base. I mean, the conjugate acid in the water. You see that? So he threw the strong base and the conjugate acid, and that formed the buffer that's going to maintain, that's going to maintain his pH at that level right there. But let's say he only threw in one of them. Let's say he only threw in the baking soda. It's only going to favor this way. And if you throw in hydrochloric acid, HCl, or it might have a 2. No, it doesn't. No. I don't know. Hydrochloric acid, you guys fucking balance that shit. You throw in hydrochloric acid, or you throw in a strong base like calcium or Kalkwasser or whatever, calcium hydroxide. If you only threw in baking soda, your pHs it's gonna be going up and down quite a little bit. But when you throw in the buffer, which is the soda ash and the baking soda at the same time, you buffer the water to make it stay right there. So then that buffer system, that base and the conjugate acid, or the acid conjugate base, however you want to look at it, it's bullying all the strong acids on this side and all the strong bases on this side from changing the pH. All right. So that's what's going on. All right. So as a recap, you could change the molecule, or you could change the carbonate, you could change the alkalinity or the carbonate alkalinity of your water simply by picking up the pH, and at the same time by adding carbonate to your water, carbonate in the form of either bicarbonate or just carbonate. You're also increasing the pH. Okay? You get what I'm saying? So let's say you add soda ash. Let's say this is soda ash. You add soda ash, you're naturally already picking up the pH because it's a strong base. You see that? You're naturally already over here. You get what I'm saying? But let's say you want to pick up the alkalinity of the solution without adding carbonate in the system. All you got to do is add OH, usually in the form of Kalkwasser, and it'll do the same thing, because the Kalkwassers, let's say it's going to transform the acidic carbonic acid, and it's going to form the carbonate. Okay. And it's easier to just, if you don't have anything, if you don't have both available, dose the carbonate, dose the fucking baking soda. It'll be a lot safer for you to stay in this range. If he's dosing the soda ash or the calcium, the sodium hydroxide, there's a good chance you're gonna go this way and you're gonna start killing your shit. All right. But I would highly recommend to add both, but add more what do you call that shit? Baking soda to your system. Let's catch up on comments real quick. I might have more questions, and in case I confused everybody. Wait, but normal salt and seawater is normal NaCl, right? Or does ZE? Hey, what does ZE? Yeah, bro. So yeah. So most of the chemical in salt water is NaCl. So that's why when I tell you guys, when you when you get this molecule, the carbonate, when it dissolves, because you see this is the negative ion right here, and then this is the negative ion. These two switch. The chlorine atom and the carbonate atom switch. And then you form soda ash, okay? Or sodium carbonate, CO3, right? This might have I don't know if you guys balance that, okay? But your coral is actually transforming, or your coral is taking in this carbonate and forming, and also taking the calcium in the water to form calcium carbonate, CO3. Oh shit. All right, and it's making it in solid form, and this is an AQ. Fuck, my bad. This is all confusing now. All right, so remember, guys, your coral is forming this CO3. Okay, this is solid. Okay, this is your in solid. That's your coral, and then your soda ash is NaCO3. Oh shit. You guys balance this shit, all right? You guys, I'm just gonna put an X. You guys balance that, and this is an AQ, an aqueous form. Okay. And when your pH drops, you're basically forming the calcium solid right here. You're making that into an aqueous solution. You're making that aqueous. Okay. So you're dissolving your coral if your pH drops. Okay. You're turning the solid into an AQ. Okay. That's what's going on. And that, guys, is how the carbonate and hydroxide system relates. In other words, that's how the alkalinity and your pH, how they relate with one another in scientific forms and translated as easily as possible in terms that anybody could understand. And hopefully I did a good job. So now that brings me back to that question about the two-part. That's a great question. Before I get to that shit, let's catch up on comments. Actually, I pressed enter too soon. All right, I got you. What trace elements does your salt contain? By the way, the salt you made. My salt, I don't dose trace elements. Charlie's Reef up to a certain point. The small elements, I'm trying to. I want to cut. Well, I already came up with the solution in paper, but now I just gotta make it. But make my own trace element bottle, if that makes sense. But right now I'm just dosing trace elements from other businesses or other corporations, or I think right now I'm using Kent. Honestly, I'm using Kent right now. But realistically, Charlie, I've calculated my own trace elements, but now I just gotta find the salt, see if I can make them available to me, and make my own water solution or whatever. But right now, like the real small elements, I do not weigh it out on the scale because it's too small. Like even 1 grain of it it's what do you call it? It's overdosing a 5-gallon mixture of salt. In order for me to dose the trace elements at the concentrations that you're gonna need, you have to order, or I have to make you a bag that's 50 gallons or more, just to get maybe even like half a gram of those elements in there. So it's a lot easier for me to make a solution where you could just dose. I could make it where you could just dose a certain amount of liquid into the system, and it doses the elements that I want. Because I know what's my boy God Atkins or Ian or Atkins he doses off a reef, but off a reef doses or they add calcium to their off a reef shit, and I don't want calcium, magnesium, potassium, sulfate in my trace elements. I want my own solution. Well, I got my own solution. I just haven't made it. I haven't made the prototype yet, if that makes sense. I have it in paper, but I don't have a physical model to show you guys. But I do have my own trace elements, locked up in the paperwork, right? In the lab notes, but I don't actually have a solution with me. I mean, I could make it. I could just go to the store and buy the chemicals and make it, but I want to make it where I could make a business out of it. Otherwise, I just always recommend other trace elements that I always see me use. Right now, I'm using Kent. Fuel is good. All of them are good. They all pretty much do the same shit. But trace elements I do highly recommend to look for is boron, borate, strontium, a little bit of fluoride. What else? I forgot. I think manganese. I think nickel, maybe. I forgot. You guys fucking look that shit up. Do an ICP test. Those fuckers will tell you. But like I said, I want to come up with my own shit. I got, you know what I mean? Like, I want to do my own shit. I always do my own shit. You know what I mean? I just need to come across if I can come across the salts that I want. You know what I mean? Let's see. But definitely, hopefully that answered your question. And honestly, guys, you don't need that much trace elements. The bottle solutions you guys have, it's a real diluted solution. You know what I mean? It's not a highly concentrated solution of anything. Otherwise, you overdose something, and that's some serious shit. So when you use 2-part system, you have to add the same amount to both products. Aquatic Amigos, no. And I'll answer that question right now. This is going to be kind of I'll explain it simple, and then I'll explain it complicated and what's happening in real life, okay? So I'm going to give you a simplified version, and then I'm going to explain to you exactly what's happening in real life, okay? Yeah, I use both parts, equal amount, alkaline calcium. And like I said, it all depends on who the manufacturer is. If the manufacturer says use 1 and 1, use that. If I make you a 2-part, or you dose for example, if you use my salt, and you use my alkalinity solution, do not fucking dose anything. Just dose the trace elements and the iodine. Well, I include iodine with the trace elements. So iodine, trace elements, amino acids, and just keep adding a little bit of alkalinity solution. The same, just to keep the pH and the carbonate high. But really, let's say you have your carbonate alkalinity always good. All you really got to dose is your trace elements and amino acids in the water. I mean, what else do you guys want to dose in the system? Oh yeah, and you feed, if you want to feed your corals, right? Other than that, if you use my shit, you know what I mean? If somebody else is handling your water chemistry, like let's say using B-ionic or whatever the fuck, I assume they know everything I assume the scientists that came up with it, or they have a group of scientists, or at least fucking they had one, then hopefully knew this shit and fucking figured it out for you and packaged it in the bottle for you. But me personally, like I said, I don't trust nobody's chemistry. I don't give a fuck if you're my lab partner. I'm fucking the one taking over the fucking lab. I'll do all the work. I don't give a fuck. You just sit back and relax, but I don't trust you to get us a fucking A. If that makes sense. I'm gonna get the fucking A myself. You know what I mean? With or without you, I don't give a fuck. If you want to fucking titrate something and you're my lab partner, I'm gonna fucking sock you in the face. Nah, just fucking with you. I'll let you do the stupid shit that I don't want to do. Hey, here, go clean this shit. But when it actually comes to titrating that shit, I don't trust you. You know what I mean? I only trust my own numbers and all that shit. That's why I do my own. That's why I don't do my own fucking chemistry work. I do like on my tank or whatever right here, guys. Like I know every molecule that's in here besides the RO. I don't know what the fuck's in Target's water. Well, I switched RO because Walmart fucking had some nasty shit. But besides that, let's say all the pollution in the fucking water, I know exactly what's in the fucking water. You know what I mean? Like down to the smallest fucking molecule. And that is what is contributing to the success of this fucking tank. That's why I make this tank look so fucking easy, because I know the exact chemistry of this tank. And then the alkalinity solution, oh, there it goes right there. Let me show you my alkalis. But no, this is a great time to promote my alkalinity solution, actually, guys. Hold on. Oh. Right? It's right there. It's right there. You guys can't miss it. Bam. But there's my alkalinity solution right there, guys. And my alkalinity solution, basically all this that I'm doing right there with you guys, I've done it for you, and at the same time I use it for practical actual use, because my chemistry professor, she told me don't do anything for the alkalinity because the carbonate, the CO2 in the air should be able to produce enough or should be able to buffer the water enough. I've tried that shit, and honestly, guys, it works, right? Like if it's chemical, right? Like if you're in the fucking lab and shit, right? But when we're dealing with biology, like the life in here, like the cells and the microbials, the fucking algae in the tank, they change the water chemistry where you're forced to fucking add chemicals in there. And from all my fucking research and all my fucking experiments and all the bullshit, I came up with that fucking solution you see in this fucking bottle right here. Let me show you real quick. I know it's probably hard to see, but I came up with that fucking solution, guys. It you guys don't know how much fucking shit went into that fucking bottle, dude. But anyways, that concentration of that solution that I make, it's never gonna fucking change. Just like my salt mixture is never gonna change. It's only gonna be updated. People say don't get higher on your own supply. Well, how do you know your shit's good then? Fuck. If people are gonna go buy fucking weed or whatever the fuck from you, or whatever the fuck they're taking, or I don't know what the fuck, how do you know it's any good if you haven't tried it yourself? You know what I mean? Shit. Fuck you. Same shit. Like for example, why does every salt manufacturer have like 3 different brands of the same fucking shit? Like why does Instant Ocean have like 3 different colors? It has what, the purple bag and the orange bag. Why does fucking Red Sea have the, what's it, like the purple bucket and a red bucket? I don't know what fucking color bucket. Why do they fucking have all that shit? While me, I got the same fucking bag in any fucking size you want, and the fucking alkalinity solution I made is the same solution every fucking time. The only thing I'm missing now is the trace elements, guys. Trace elements and the aminos. That's my next project, guys. So if you guys want to help me, or you guys want to always stay tuned on the trace elements project, me developing the trace elements that I want, like in the concentrations and ratios I want, and that I see actually benefiting the corals. Like that's the difference between me, the chemist, and a chemist that if you hired, you know what I mean, they're going to tell you all the technical shit, but they don't have the experience with actual biology. You know what I mean? I got both. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's catch up, and then we're going to answer the 2-part question real quick. It's a little tangent. Like 30 milliliters a day of each. Yeah, see, Chim knows what he's doing. And also, your molar concentrations of the solutions really matter, okay, guys? Because I prefer for you to do like a weaker solution of the 2 than a strong solution of both, okay? My solution, Oh, motherfuckers, it took a long fucking time to. You ain't gonna come up with my shit anytime soon, cause I'm not even gonna say how many chemicals, but I'm just say minimum of 5 different chemicals in this alkalinity solution I got. I don't know what your bullshit's carrying, but I know my shit is all good, and it's good in the hood, and you see the results right there in front of you. My protein skimmer is turned on more during the night to keep the pH a little more stable. Refugium does the most. Yeah, Charlie Reef. So what you're doing is so what Charlie's doing, he's oxygenating the water. He's adding different air. So when you're doing that, you're actually favoring the shift in the pH to go to the right. Or if you look at my or on our graph to the pH scale, you're shifting the pH towards going towards the 14. You know what I mean? Rather than going towards like the 1 or the 0. Hold on, guys. Let me refresh the thing real quick. Hold on. All right, perfect. My bad, guys. I had to refresh the thing. All right, so 2-part question. Oh fuck, I got another comment. Oh shit, we got a lot of comments. Fuck, I'm behind. My bad, guys. Same. I run my skimmer and Fuge at night too. All right, all right. I run my skimmer all the time, but my skimmer broke down, guys. So I'm not running the skimmer in my SPS or on my Monty tank. I need a new fucking pump. So right now, skimmer down. All right. You can make seawater, then add trace elements, then let the water evaporate again. Then the elements are mixed really good. You make a lot of salt water once. You can add the elements precise. Yep. And then Charlie's Reef. That's why after every water change, if you look at my previous videos, I always dose a few drops of like 1 drop of well, let's say on my 2-gallon right here, I dose 1 drop of iodine, and let's say 1 drop of iodine and 1 drop of trace elements all the time, unless I forget. But I always tell you guys to do it. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. And then on the following day, I might add the aminos, or on the same day. It depends if I have time. You know what I mean? It depends on my schedule. I'll probably just throw all the same shit in one day. Remember, guys, if you're fucking like when I just say throw all that shit, like we're talking about small concentrations. We're not talking about big. Like you don't want to change your main water chemistry. You don't want to change that. What do you call it? That working model you got going. You know what I mean? If you're adding shit, try not to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? You got your shit going. You know what I mean? Your polyps are out. Everything's out. You don't want to fuck shit up by thinking you're doing something great by adding some other shit because you see some other pendejo on the fucking internet doing it. You know what I mean? People always ask me, hey, Henry, my tank's doing really good. You recommend me to use your shit? I'm like, no, if your shit's doing good, use your shit. Yeah, I mean, our goal is to keep the shit alive. If your system's already working, stick with that shit. You know what I mean? Only use my shit if you want to experiment or fucking, you know what I mean? You just don't give a fuck either. You know what I mean? Or you just want to straight up be a supporter. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. But, you know what I mean? Just if you're keeping your shit alive and it's working, just stick with what you're doing. I mean, that's the end goal for everybody, really. Me personally, I developed my system to help other people. Not really to help myself. I mean, what's the fuck point of me having a lot of display tanks? I mean, that's just me. I mean, what about you, right? The reason you're fucking watching this, because how is what you watching this fucking video directly gonna affect or increase or at least a little bit or exponentially help you with your fucking system? You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like, I'm trying to help you guys out as much as I really can. You know what I mean? Anyways, next question. What does amino acid do for your corals? Okay, so aquatic amigos. So the difference between chemicals, trace elements, minor elements, and all that bullshit is that they're all chemicals. They're all non-biological, and what amino acids are, they're basically building blocks of protein, and the way your body, your cells makes them is through DNA synthesis or RNA synthesis. What the fuck does that mean? So basically, you take your strand of DNA. You know how it's a kind of like a ladder kind of shit. Imagine you break it in half, and your cells copy it, and that copy that is called an RNA, and that RNA is usually referred to as amino acids. Okay, and amino acids, imagine that's the copy protein of DNA from your cells. Okay, so when you dose amino acids, you're dosing biological elements to your system. That's why a lot of amino acids like AB plus, they tell you to refrigerate that shit because it's biological. It'll spoil. Unless they use some other chemical or some other amino acid that doesn't spoil as easy, like I don't know what kind of amino acid they use for what's the other shit that I use? Reef, fucking the amino acid, whatever the fuck it's called, that I use that I don't have to refrigerate. That one doesn't spoil as easy, or I don't know what it's made out of, but whatever for reason, that amino acid you don't need to refrigerate. But the AB plus, because I know it's real biological shit, you have to refrigerate. So that's the difference between amino acids and what they do for your corals. But actually, what they do for your corals, it actually helps them color up and heal your corals. And since your corals are producing sugars and proteins to grow, or I don't know how to explain it. Since your fucking algae and your corals are using sugars to grow and all that bullshit, and your corals are also consuming food, they need the little bit of amino acids helps them. You know what I mean? And if you're not feeding your corals and they're not getting, because your corals could get aminos through your food also. If you're not feeding corals, just adding liquid aminos really helps them. I don't feed my corals, so I use a lot of amino acid in my system. I mean a lot, probably a lot more than most people. I don't know. I don't use a lot, but if you never used amino acids, I guess I don't know, dude. I just use the normal amount. Follow the fucking bottle. Me personally, I'm just experimenting, so I'm just dosing a whole bunch. One side effect. If you use too much amino acids, you're gonna get a fucking dino problem and all this shit problems, and fuck all that shit. Because it's not just favoring your coral, you're favoring everything. You know what I mean? That includes the good and the bad. Target RO water probably at 99%. Shit, silicone. Oh shit. Hold on, guys. Let me get that shit real quick. My bad, guys. It was actually my phone that it was my phone that I put the lock screen. My bad. It wasn't the computer. Silicate. What's SI? I forgot. Silicone, silicate. I forgot. Look in the periodic table.
I don't know that one.
Computer, shut the fuck up. Champ, how many gallons is your tank? I think Instant Ocean purple is for the fish only, and orange is for the corals. Okay, so you see, Chimp, that's what I mean, bro. It's all the same ocean. It's the same water, bro. There should be no chemistry change. It should be all be the same water chemistry, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Am I wrong? Or a trivia question: how many true oceans are there in the world? And the answer should be one. It's only different concentrations of salt because it rains more in certain areas, and at the surface it's more concentrated. But if you go deeper in the ocean, like depth wise, the saltiest it gets is at 1.27, and that's like going towards like the Mariana Trench kind of shit. At the surface, you're at 1.025. So if you're between 1.25 and 1.27, you're fucking golden, baby. Any more than that or less than that, I would highly think of where the fucking animal lives. If it grows where it rains a lot and maybe the salt level's a little bit lower because it's runoff water from the stream and shit, maybe a little slightly lower, but fucking, I always say stick to natural seawater and fuck everything. My tank is 75 gallons. Damn, that's a nice ass tank. I think it's an 80-gallon system with a sump and rock displacement. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, well, rock displaces a lot of water for sure. So I do 8-gallon water changes a week. Oh shit. I don't be a big don't be a big pendejo. Shit, my bad, aquatic videos. I always say a whole bunch of stupid retarded shit. My bad, bro. Like I'm a dumbass. No. Don't call me that. All right. My tank is 100 gallons. That's what's up. Oh shit, you got a 100-gallon tank? Damn. Nice. I need a big system for sure. Chimper Charlie, nice tanks, homies. All right. Thanks. That's what's up. Ain't amino acids just what proteins are made of? Yeah, basically, bro. Protein. Okay. Amino acids. Imagine it's a Lego block. Like, right, amino acids like a Lego block, and the protein is the structure that you made with the blocks. But the cells also, through DNA replication, or whatever the fuck, when it or synthesis, when it forms the RNA, RNA is also amino acids. It's just a much simpler form, but they're all proteins. They're all the same shit. For example, DNA, that's deoxyribose nucleic acid, right? DNA is also an acid. You get what I'm saying, guys? But it's a protein. It's, I don't know, guys. Go ask the fucking biologist. But I'm just letting you guys know. But yeah, that's definitely true, though. Charlie Reefs, that's definitely true. It's like all the technical shit. It's like, what's the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane? It's the same shit. Only one of them's in the one of them happens in the Atlantic, and the other one's in the Pacific. But they're both the same shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's some technical bullshit. Go ask the biologist. Go fucking complain to the biologists. The biologists are fucking, I don't know, dude. They come up with some weird, retarded shit. So do all the sciences really do. Especially the physics fuckers. Those motherfuckers name everything gamma, beta, and your mama. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude. Fuck you guys. I said that to my physics professor. She started fucking laughing. All right, anyways, guys. So the 2-part question. Sorry, guys. We took forever just to catch up on comments. So 2-part. So what's happening when you dose 2-part? Depending on what it is, right? Or let's look at a periodic table. So, fuck the periodic table. So in salt water, you have a lot of calcium. Let me turn on my stylus real quick. All right. So in salt water, you have a lot of calcium. Oh shit. So you have calcium, right? And then you got what else? Magnesium. What else you got? Potassium, right? Strontium. What's strontium? SR. Strontium, right? And then it goes down the list. You got manganese and your mama, but you know what? Strontium is considered a trace element, so we're not going to add strontium. Okay, so let's say you got the major chemical, your major elements right there, excluding the minor elements, right? Like strontium, manganese, and all this shit, right? right? And these are all cations, which means it has a positive charge when it's dissolved in water or in aqueous form. These metals form a positive charge, okay? And they form a hydroxide, and they usually, okay, you don't need to know this, but when you dissolve a metal, it makes a solution basic or a strong base. You know what I mean? Um, that's some other shit. You don't need to know that shit. Anyways, so let's say you take carbonate in the water, CO3, right? Maybe even hydroxide, depending on what it is, right? But let's say CO3 for sure, because I know for a fact. All right. That way you know I'm not bullshitting. All right. So let's say you add some carbonate in the water, right? Carbonate, depending, like I said, depending on the pH, right? Let's say your pH is over here. You add some carbonate in the water, right? Your carbonate's gonna want to go this way, but while you add carbonate here, since you see where all the solid calcium's at over here, when you add carbonate in the water, you're gonna precipitate, or the real chemistry term is called titrate. You're gonna titrate the calcium, and you're gonna make it precipitate out in solution, right? So what that means is you're taking aqueous calcium and aqueous carbonate. When you add it to the water, you're gonna form calcium carbonate solid, right? So you went from calcium in liquid solution right here, or an aqueous solution, and you took the carbonate in liquid solution and you put them together, but because the pH was really low, you form a solid in the water, and that's why you see that milky shit, like you fucking you were jacking off in that shit or something, right? There's all the milky shit, right? That's the solid of the calcium carbonate. What's another form of calcium carbonate? Coral skeleton. What's another coral skeleton? Your fucking calcium media of your calcium reactor. All right. So that's what happens, right? But that's just calcium, right? And then you got magnesium right here, right? And then you're gonna form what? Let's assume it forms a solid, right? You guys go check that shit out. You guys, in order to know if it's gonna form a solid or a liquid, you guys got to do all the chemical bullshit. We're not gonna do all that shit. We're not gonna do all the math, guys. Okay. Fuck all that shit. All right. So then you got magnesium carbonate, CO3, solid, right? And then same thing with the potassium, right? And then you get the potassium, K, CO3, right? You guys figure out the amount. You guys balance the equation, right? So you form a solid, right? All because what you're trying to do is pick up the pH, right? That's what you're trying to do. But as you're picking up the pH, imagine you're taking a shit, you're dropping particles of salt, or things are starting to dissolve and they starting to accumulate in the bottom of the solution, right? That's what's happening. All because of the choice of whatever choice you made to pick up the. Let's say you're adding carbonate into the system, CO3. That's what's happening to the system. All right, guys. All right, you're forming solid particles of carbonate, and then so what does that do with all so that was the major elements, right? That was calcium, what was it, magnesium, and your potassium, right? Those are that was just the major elements. What about the minor elements that I didn't even fucking mention? What was it? Strontium, boron, bromine, and all that bullshit, right? Those two are also forming solids. So depending on the choice of however you decided to pick up the alkalinity and the pH of your system, you're forming a lot of fucking solids in your water. All right. I hope that makes a lot of sense right there. I hope you guys are catching up, because this is the simplest fucking way I'm able to form it, guys. So as you're picking up your pH, the carbonate, the CO3 is forming the solid with all these chemicals. All right. So Henry, so the real okay, that's a simplified version. All right. So now here's a tricky question. Shit. So if you're a real chemist, all right, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Calcium, magnesium. Okay, this is more advanced chemistry, guys. I'm drawing the line in the sand. Now you're gonna venture into a little bit more advanced chemistry. All right. Potassium. Oh shit. And then you got the minor elements, right? Let's just put an arrow for minor elements, right? So depending on the K value, fucking piece of shit. Oh shit, that reminds me, I got 15%. I gotta charge this I should probably charge this while I'm doing this. So you got the K value. So what's the K value? So in the back of every chemistry book, there's a K value on every chemical equation. Let's say use water. Hydrogen plus oxygen equals it was H2O. There's actually a 2 right there to balance it. So the K value of this will either favor the water, the product side, or the reactant side. So the product side will be this side, and the reactant will be this side. Okay. So let me erase that shit. So when you get the K value, and remember the K value, everything, all the values the K value or voltage or all that shit, it's usually depending on hydrogen. Everything's usually depending on hydrogen. Okay. So anyways, that's not even a good K. So you get the K value, and then you're going to compare it with the Q value of the chemical equation. Okay, guys? So what's the K and the Q? So remember in the chemical equation, you go like this. You get the products over the reactants like that. So right here, reactants. So let me draw that the other shit plus water, right? The water, right? So you get right here, you have hydrogen, oxygen, and then as the products, I only got H2O, right? Remember, guys, products over reactants. Oh wait, that might be mixed up. Whatever the fuck, right? So that's what the K and the Q value is, right? And what that means for your reef tank, so what that means for your reef tank is the calcium, let's say up to right here, will react that much calcium. Well, okay, guys, we're going outside our real universe. We're making our own universe up right now. So let's say as you're dosing your carbonate to pick up the pH or the alkalinity of your water, this up to right here, your calcium is going to form solids. Oh, actually, that's a lie. That's a lie, because we got the chart right there. So calcium is going to stop reacting up to right here, right, guys? Right? Because up to right here, it's gonna favor the carbonate on the calcium, right? But then your magnesium, let's say magnesium stops to right there. Up to right there, magnesium carbonate, and again in this universe that we're making up right now, it stops forming solids up to the pH of right there. Now let's take your potassium, just so simplification of the chart. Your potassium, when you pick up your pH up to right there, it stops forming solids. So these are all solids right there, right? These are all solids, right? Forming right here. Up to right here, it stops forming solids, okay? You get what I'm saying, guys? So depending on the pH of your solution, your calcium will stop forming. Let's say calcium stops forming solids up to right there. Magnesium right there. Potassium right there. And whatever, let's say a trace element, let's say strontium, for whatever reason, strontium, SR, a minor element, stops forming solid way the fuck over here. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that all chemicals, depending on the K value in the chemistry equation or whatever the fuck, they will stop producing solids at a different pH. Okay. So in here, let's say in this hypothetical universe, let's say carbonic acid, if it forms, it's liquid up to it's I don't know how you want to go with this. I started off with liquid, right? Let's say it's going liquid. Let's say it's liquid right here, but once it goes right here, it starts forming. No, we got to go in reverse. It starts forming solids up to right here, right? And then up to right here, it starts forming nothing but liquid, or it's dissolved in solution, right? Let's say it's dissolved, right? A pH above this, it's always going to be dissolved, okay? If the pH is low, it's not going to dissolve it. In some chemicals, it's the opposite. If it's a low pH, it'll dissolve it. If it's a high pH, it won't, depending if it's a buffer or a base and all that bullshit, all right, guys? I'm just telling you the general concept, all right? So let's say that's one chemical, right? And then you got another one that forms a solid. Oh, now I remember where we're going. So that's this chemical, right? So, and then on this one, you see how right here is barely forming solids, but let's say right here forming a lot of solids on the red one right here. But after right here, the pH, you see how it forms everything more like going towards 0. You see that? All right. So it stops, let's say it stops precipitating, right? It starts forming a solid. And then let's say all other chemicals, it's the same shit. All right, guys. At some point, they're all different. All right, guys. So when you add 2-part, as everything gets dissolved, there's no more of that in the solution, right? Because you dissolved it already. It's right here. So your 2-part is just simply introducing those elements that you formed back into a solid. Since I know chemistry, and since I know we're dealing with the marine environments, if these solids that you see right here, let's say in the bottom of your kalkwasser container, usually all that sludgy, nasty shit that never dissolves, the way you dissolve it is by bringing the pH low towards this way, and then it'll dissolve the solids on this. This is really what's happening. If it's your coral skeleton, okay, you see how this is favoring the coral right here? This is favoring the coral in solid form, right? This area. Once I start heading this way, it starts dissolving the coral. All right. So if I pick up the pH, it will help the coral stay in solid form. That's why it helps to have your pH high in your reef tank. And that's what's happening. But let's say, guys, I want to add a chemical. Now, this is more advanced chemistry, even further. All right. It'll be, let me tell you the question. I want to add a chemical where it's not going to dissolve the fucking chemicals. Is there one such like it? And the answer is yes. I'm going to tell you guys right now. But let me catch up on comments real quick. Iodine is really important in Montepora. Yeah, iodine is really, really important. And I highly recommend Reefs to run iodine for sure. Since day one, since I started saltwater journey, I definitely dose iodine, trace elements, and aminos, like mandatory. Hold on, let me remove that bottle real quick right there. There you go. Now it looks clean. All right, so hopefully that answers the question about 2-part. But let's say you want to pick up the solution of my fish tank without having to dissolve all the solids and having to have to use 2-part. Is there such a solution? And the answer is yes. But you got to really know what you're fucking doing. Again, really know what the fuck you're doing and talk to the right motherfucker. And since you guys are right here with me, you guys are talking to the right motherfucker, because I'm the motherfucker that all the students in the class wanted to copy off my shit. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the right here. All right. So the question was, is there a chemical I could use to pick up the pH without precipitating or forming solids? And the answer is yes. You just got to know what chemical you're using. So let's say your calcium, your coral is made out of calcium carbonate, calcium, CO3, right? Let's say I want to pick up the pH of my solution without really affecting as many elements is there. So there's calcium, and then there's magnesium, and then there's potassium, right? I want to pick up the pH of my solution. So what's the best way to pick up the pH? Add a base, right? So add hydroxide, right? The choice of hydroxide really matters. Maybe not so much for the ones that we use in the hobby, but in chemistry wise, it's really going to highly matter. But let's say you have your hydroxide right here. I want this is the anion. Your choice of hydroxide really matters. So let's say I want to add kalkwasser. Kalkwasser is calcium hydroxide, right? You see how this is a plus, right? So let's take this chemical equation and we're gonna single it out, okay? So we got the calcium hydroxide. I mean, what was it? Calcium carbonate, CO3 plus calcium hydroxide, OH. All right, guys. So this is what, let's just say they're both in liquid form, okay? I mean, in aqueous form, okay? These, the positive cation of the calcium, they're going to switch, right? These two are going to switch. So you're going to get calcium plus, so this one switched over here. So plus OH plus calcium CO3. And you see how I basically rewrote the equation? What that means is there's no reaction going on, guys. Right? So because I chose with calcium, magnesium, and potassium, right? So instead of using a carbonate, instead of using soda ash, because I use kalkwasser, OH, I was able to add kalkwasser to my system without changing or forming a lot of solid of the calcium. Why? Because it wasn't really much of a reaction. Why? Because there's already an equilibrium reaction of the calcium already in the solution. So what the fuck does that mean, Henry? So what that means is that all you did was swap out the calcium, and the hydroxide, it went back into an aqueous form. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the rate that the calcium's dissolving in the water is the same rate that the dissolved is forming back into a solid. Okay, it's already at equilibrium reaction, so there's no fucking change, right? It's like a seesaw, guys. All right. So let's go back to, and because I know, and since we're doing more advanced chemistry, you should know that any hydroxide is a strong base, okay? And all strong bases fully disassociate in water, okay? Or in solution or whatever the fuck, right? In this case, it's water, right? So now let's go to magnesium. Now you're gonna have a reaction with magnesium when you dose your hydroxide. So you're gonna have calcium, what is it? Calcium hydroxide, right? Or whatever the fuck, plus magnesium hydroxide, right? Let's say these two switch. Now you got the magnesium hydroxide, and then you got the calcium hydroxide, right? There's no fucking change in the water. I mean, there's no change really. There's no reaction because they're just gonna remain in aqueous form again. Why? Because the magnesium, but this is calcium, magnesium, and potassium. Why? Because I know for a fact that magnesium hydroxide it's also known as milk of magnesia if you go to the pharmacy. So you get the milk of magnesia. I believe there's a 2 right here. You guys double check that shit. Like I said, balance it. I think there's a 2 right there. Magnesium hydroxide, again, it's a strong base. So again, it's going to dissolve again in solution. So even though you form magnesium hydroxide solid in the water. Solid, right? It's going to dissolve back in solution into magnesium aqueous and hydroxide aqueous back into its form. Why? Because any hydroxide is a strong base, and strong bases fully disassociate in water. And a hydroxide is one of those things that you should know if you're doing chemistry, all right? So the best way to go this way is to add a strong base if you don't want to titrate a lot of your major and minor elements out of the water. Okay, guys? But there's a but. The safest form of adding a hydroxide is calcium hydroxide or kalkwasser. You could also use sodium hydroxide, but you got to be really careful because that shit will kill your coral if you overdose it. Like, remember, after this point, you're going to kill your coral really quick and easy. All right. And then there's also potassium hydroxide. I'm missing one. Sodium, potassium. Oh, and magnesium hydroxide. Well, anyways, I don't know if this was the Na. Well, there's sodium and magnesium. Okay, I don't know if this was the N or what. Ah, fuck, it's gonna die. Hold on, guys. Let me get the charger real quick. Sorry, guys, I had the phone charging real quick. So, anyways, as I speak right now, so if you add a hydroxide and you find that the most common element in the water is the same on all the other elements, for example, if you have potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, and whatever the fuck hydroxide, but potassium, magnesium, calcium, let's say strontium hydroxide exists. I don't know if it exists in nature or whatever, right? But strontium hydroxide, as long as the cation or the positive or the metal in the salt or whatever or is present in the water, and you adding a strong base to it and it fully disassociates and they both share the common anion and cation, you'll have a zero reaction in the water. Okay, guys? If that shit fucking makes sense. I know it's a little bit more advanced, but I need to go. See y'all soon. All right, Charlie Reeves, thank you, bro. Well, but we're pretty much all done, guys. I know it's a pretty long explanation. Fuck, we're at 2 hours and 37 minutes on something that I just wanted to do for like a good 5-minute video. But let me go grab my phone real quick, and then we're just gonna try to end it real quick. But if you have any more questions, guys, start posting that shit. But that is the relationship at full detail between carbonate and hydroxide or alkalinity and pH in your fucking saltwater reef aquarium. And all this shit, guys, is going on in the water right there. And like I said, I don't know who your chemist is, but if you're in the saltwater hobby, you're basically training to be a chemist. That's all you're really doing. You're training to master the chemistry of your water, of oceanic water, basically. Let me go grab my phone real quick, and if it turns off, that's gonna be the end of the live, guys. But let me go grab it. Hopefully it's not, but fuck, that was a huge ass explanation, guys. All right, guys. So I just grabbed the phone again, and again, if it dies, it dies. But I lost my stylus, or the shit that I'm using to write on my phone. But that's pretty much the relationship, guys. So remember, the green is carbonic acid. The red, imagine it as baking soda, and the blue, imagine being as actual coral skeleton right there. And the sweet spot, remember, at normal pH, the highest concentration of your alkalinity, the chemical is going to be baking soda, followed by soda ash. All right. And then to the left, where you don't want, is your carbonic acid, the shit that's coming out of your calcium reactor. Okay, guys? So this is the calcium reactor shit. All right. This is soda ash. And then right here is baking soda. It's really, really complex shit. Hopefully it makes sense. But chemistry wise, all this shit is equilibrium reactions, guys. This is part of your equilibrium reactions. Go to your acid base equilibria reaction section on your chemistry book. Oh yeah, that reminds me, guys. We're gonna start doing our chemistry series. We're gonna continue back where we picked off. I forgot if we're on chapter 2 or chapter 3, but wherever the fuck we're at, we're gonna continue on with the chemistry series. So all this shit that I'm talking to you guys is gonna make sense because we're gonna do all the real math and all that shit together. And at the end, if you still have fucking questions after I read the whole fucking book to you, fuck. Maybe you just want to go and start from chapter 1 yourself and pick up the fucking book. But like I said, if you follow my chemistry series, it's called Raza Learning Chemistry, and fucking I do all the work for you, and all you got to do is just watch the fucking video. But I do all the math. If you have any questions, like on this live, we had a really good question on this live. All that shit, guys. We're going to do that in the book, and that's next time. Maybe not next time, but pretty soon. Maybe even next time. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it. But it's pretty soon because I really got to do that shit, guys. Because the fate of the universe rests on my shoulders now. All right, guys. That's pretty much the end of the live, guys. I fucking love you, motherfuckers. Let's see. Shout outs to everybody that joined the live and whoever's still watching this. Fuck, I still love you, man. I know there's people watching this. I really appreciate you, honestly. Even if you never commented or anything, I really appreciate you. Aquatic Amigos, bro. You're a real one. Charlie's Reefs, bro. Thank you, bro, for everything, bro, for being on the live. Chimp, everybody, man. Aguilia Michoacan, everybody. I highly appreciate it, man. You guys don't know how much I appreciate you guys being here, but hopefully that clarifies or gives you a better understanding of what's happening in the water. I might have just confused you, but at least you know, at least you know exactly what's fucking going on in the most simplest way. Cause fuck, ask anybody else. I'm gonna tell you fucking go read the chemistry book. But like I said, guys, I do that shit with you. But anyways, guys, that's the end of this live. I highly appreciate everybody that tapped in. I love all you motherfuckers, and yeah, thank you guys. Oh, and also subscribe and pass this shit to everybody and all that bullshit. Comment and all that, man. I really want to go to a first 1,000 subscribers, guys. Help me out, man. And by you guys watching this, it gives me more watch hours because I'm at around 1,000 something on watch hours, and I gotta get 4,000 total. I got like 3,000 to go. Every little bit helps, right? But all right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. And let me actually concentrate the camera on the little shop of horizoas, and we're out of here. I forgot that I need to turn off the light. My light cycle is actually supposed to be off, but we went over just for you guys. All right, guys. Let's see. All right, there it is, guys. So it's a little quick close up of the little shop of horizoas. I know the Rosses are not completely in focus, but I thought you guys might be more interested in the little shop of horizoas. But anyways, guys, remember, trust your chemist. I'm not sure who your chemist for or who you trust for your salt brand and all that shit, but make sure it's a reliable motherfucker, all right? Like I said, if you want me to be your chemist, if you live in the continental U.S. right now, or even in Alaska and Hawaii, I think even Puerto Rico, I could send you the salt, honestly. With FedEx and all that bullshit, guys, I had to price it to you guys at 40 cents. At $40 for 50 gallons, but I would also include my alkalinity solution. All you got to do is just mix whatever is in the bag into the solution. I'll show you guys how to do it. But I'll send you a 2 liter bottle worth of alkalinity solution. If you want more, let me know. I'll be generous. I'll hook you up. But it's $40, guys. For $40, guys, I'll be your chemist, and you won't need to worry about all this complicated shit. I mean, if you guys think, or you know what, if you feel confident, you could figure out the chemistry behind the tanks and shit. I always highly encourage that, man. I'm not gonna teach you guys the mathematics of the saltwater chemistry. You know what I mean? But I will teach you mathematics on all chemistry, so you could use the tools of chemistry for whatever you want in the universe. Honestly, that's my main goal. Me personally, I just used it for saltwater aquariums just because I got it with me, right? I mean, but you could use chemistry for everything, guys. I highly encourage it. Learn chemistry, physics, a little bit of biology, and you're good, guys. But yeah, man, I always promote science, but that's pretty much it. And end of the video, guys. But like I said, guys, if you want me to be your chemist, I could easily do that for you guys. And you need to worry about all this complicated shit with the math. And like I said, guys, I did all the beating for you. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I'll let you guys go and appreciate you guys. Much love. I'm just gonna let the tank roll out for a little bit so you guys could observe the zoas, and we're out. Thank you. Bam. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.